What's up, Pisces? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. So happy to have all my friends here with me today. Cross-watchers are welcome. We are going to do a fun little tarot spread for you all about career and finances today. Career, money, jobs, finances, all that good stuff. All right, so do keep in mind these are general messages. That means that more than likely, some of what I say, pieces and parts of it, will resonate with you. If the whole thing resonates, fantastic. That is amazing. But because this is general and I'm connecting with so many energies out there, please only take away messages that you feel are meant for you, that are meant for your best and highest good. You will know intuitively what those are. If you would like additional messages, more clarity on what I'm presenting here today, feel free to check the videos associated with your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign, and that will help you guys out. And also feel free to check out other tarot readers. You don't need to limit yourself to one. Again, find someone who's connecting with your energy and your story. And as always, I encourage people to come into this with an open heart and an open mind. Sometimes messages will resonate in a few days, in a few weeks, in a few months. Take away only what's meant for you now. And yeah, you can release the rest if it doesn't seem to fit. Everything you need to know about this video will be in that description box right down below, including the decks I am using, as well as my social media channels. Feel free to check those out. I am the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram. Got poppers already. What else do you need to know? I think that's it. All right, let's hop in for my Pisces friends. Career and finances. Your energy is the Tower. Wow. So I just heard bringing the Tower down. I don't know if this is something you're doing, if you're completely reinventing yourself or completely going in a new direction than you thought you would, even just with a project or with an assignment or with, I don't know, an art piece that you were working on. It's almost like starting from scratch. That's your energy. Sometimes the Tower can be tricky, but it came out immediately with this card, the Four of Cups. Yeah, absolutely, because emotionally you aren't invested in whatever's going on, and so yeah, it's like the need for essentially like a rebirth, right? There is scorpionic energy tied to the Tower, as well as Aries. It is a Mars card, right? So at war with yourself, I just heard, because yeah, the emotions just aren't there. You're climbing up the walls. It's like the cups in front of you, they're not offering anything that is just making you feel elated, making you feel joy, making you feel connection, emotional connection to what you're working on. And for you, Pisces, being a water sign, that's crucial. You need to feel some sort of emotional joy, or I said this to Scorpio, emotional integrity in whatever it is that you're creating, or you see it as a complete waste of time. You emotionally can't invest in a project if your heart isn't in it. And I'm just getting, for a lot of you, it's like, no, like just strip it on down naked. Like, I don't want any of this. Throw it out. Like, especially like for I heard the term starving artist. No shade to anyone out there. But particularly to those in a creative field, it's like you may have been working days, weeks, even months on, I don't know, let's say a sculpture, and all of a sudden one day you just look at it and you're like, nope, this isn't it, and you throw it out. Even if you've been working on it for months, it's like if there's no emotion or emotional satisfaction to it, Tower, nope, like we're starting from scratch. We're going to do this right, or we're not going to do it at all. Interesting. I really like that energy, Pisces. And here's the thing, I see this lightning bolt as a spark of creativity. Some of you may have an idea that completely contradicts the direction you were originally going with, but it's like a good, almost like a light bulb, if you will, a light bulb moment, a lightning bolt moment, even more powerful, even more electricity. It's like your idea is now on fire, but in order to take it in that direction, it's like wiping the slate clean. Whatever you started on, it wasn't a solid foundation, so it's like, get it out of there, like we're starting anew. Clear the workspace, we're starting anew. This song makes me, I feel like I always quote Frank Turner in your reading specifically. That song, Recovery, what is that line about? I've been crawling up the walls and I've been dipping in my darkness for serotonin boosters, cider, and some kind of smelling salts. I don't know what that's about, but yeah, maybe listen to that song Recovery by Frank Turner. I feel like I've told Pisces specifically to do that before, but something about the messages is coming through there. Recovery from what, though? Is that impacting or impeding your ability to move forward with this project? some sort of recovery is needed. Could be like an emotional recovery from something. Anyway, moving on. That's your energy. Your challenge or focus. Scorpio just had this too. There's a lot coming at you to the point where you feel like you're having to defend yourself. This can be a card of argument, conflict, even competition. You may be being overly burdened with messages, with assignments, with tasks, with projects, with emails. It's, frequently wands or communication or like labor-intensive things, burdens, essentially. Okay, do you know what this card is telling me instantly? I think that originally you guys, you were trying to meet the expectations or deadlines or restrictions or fall in line with guidelines presented by the group or by the company or by multiple people weighing in on this endeavor, this project. What I'm getting is you have to go back to the well, and it's the well of creativity. And that's what this is. It's like you were trying to fall in line with all these people and meet their ideas and expectations, but there was no heart in it for you. There was no emotional investment or involvement on your part. You were just going through the motions. And that's when this tower moment hit of like, I don't want to do this anymore. I have no almost no loyalty to this project because it's not in alignment with not only my emotions and my heart, but even like my ethics, my values, the way I live my life. Yeah, like I'm just not feeling it with this group or these people or this project team. It doesn't have to be, your entire job, but yeah, something about this, it's great conflict. And not only is it potentially with people around you, it's internal conflict. And I'm getting like, you need to go back to the well of creativity. And the idea of the well, there's water there, there's love, there's healing energy, there's creativity. And it's something about like, I just heard the term moon bath, taking a moon bath. Something about immersing yourself in your natural element, right, Pisces? Water. It's going to be healing for you, but also it's like washing yourself clean. The way a tower moment does, it's like starting from scratch. Like washing the blood off. I don't even know what that means, but if something you feel is being tampered with, or again, it's losing its creative integrity has been so big for the water signs. This is like, go back to the drawing board, go back to your natural element, go back to like the purity of what the project was originally built upon or what inspired the project to begin with. And yeah, it's like starting anew, and it might be away from these other wands coming at you. It might be it might be ignoring the advice of others. And okay, so this is coming up as your challenge or focus, though. I want to make that clear. So some of you may be contemplating what to do. Do I fall in line with all the rules and regulations and pleasing the customer, doing what I'm being told from the higher ups, the executives? Or something about back to the well has to back to like this very pure, innocent state of like, again, emotional integrity. There's like a clean, crisp idea that hasn't been tainted by outside opinions yet. It's being clarified by the devil. As I was saying, something about recovery. I think these are two different like messages, but yeah, something about crawling up the walls. You're driving yourself crazy. You're driving yourself mental or insane. And I don't mean to like say that like in a really condescending way at all. For some of you, it's tongue in cheek. It's not literally insane, but the idea of like the eccentric artist, it's like it has to be just so. A lot of artists do have almost OCD in certain ways. And again, like no judgment here, right? But that's sort of what's coming up is there's something about I do want to say your personality that you're fixated on something, but it's not allowing you to grow. It's not allowing you to reach new elevation or new levels of financial success. You're harping on something, or even if it's not involving the project, there may be some sort of addiction you have or toxic behavior or just patterns that are not the healthiest, right? Maybe you overspend. Maybe you are too reliant on substances to relax and unwind because you feel like you're the most creative when you have a little alcohol or weed in you or whatever it is. It's something like you're falling back on easy patterns that are not healthy. That's sort of what's coming up here. And I, like I said, that song Recovery is coming up for a reason. For those who don't know it, I would give it a listen. It's actually a really fun song. It's a great song to dance to, but there may be messages in there for you. Yeah, the devil. And I will say too, I think because obviously the devil frequently shows the lovers shackled together, right? Like they can't escape this. I think a lot of you feel like you're stuck, like you're shackled to these people who are throwing feedback and even criticisms your way. And it, like, to you, it's obviously very unhealthy being that devil thing, but it's like you can't escape it, but all you want to do is just run down the rabbit hole, go to that well of, as I was saying, purity, of like this innocence, untainted creativity or whatever it is, and like escape it. Yeah, so this devil could be multiple things. But I mean, ultimately your challenge is overcoming the devil energy in your life. Whatever that is, and for a lot of you, it does have to do with outsiders, the group. People who I think you view as not having good input or having good energy. Could be really toxic energy you're around. You may work in a space where people are always angry or fighting or constantly in competition. Maybe you work a commission job and it's like a cutthroat environment. This card has actually come up quite a bit in these readings. Yeah, it's about releasing yourself from energy surrounding you that is toxic so it doesn't bleed into your own purity. So it doesn't affect your own emotions. Yeah, I think that's what that is, because when you're surrounded by that, especially being a water sign, Pisces, you do tend to be very empathic, and without even realizing it, water signs in general can start to take on the emotions around them, like subconsciously. It's like a sponge, you absorb it. So yeah, if you're around these types of people, angry, hostile, cutthroat, that's going to be your challenge, is finding your bath of purity, your calming, like, meditative state of healing from this. Ooh, Pisces, that's a deep one. And yeah, and that even makes sense with your energy. It's like, whatever you're building upon is not solid and steady if this is what something's being built on, toxic energy and conflict and competition and arguments. It's like you have a light bulb moment that, hey, I'm not satisfied here, I can do better. Yeah, something about seeking opportunities that are more fulfilling with your emotions. So what is the help available to you, Pisces? The Five of Swords. Okay. So I'm taking a spin off the term winning at all costs. Something about getting out of here. Getting out of here at all costs. Winning at all costs for your own safety, I just heard. For your own... Again, it has to do with protecting your emotions. Setting healthy boundaries. Cutting things off that... And because it's sword energy, it's ideas or communication. Blocking out thoughts or nasty communications coming your way that are toxic or that are like, that are causing you grief and pain and heartbreak. What is this Five of Swords about for Pisces? Can we clarify the Five of Swords? It might be helpful for you to stand up to the people who are threatening you or intimidating you or, again, being hostile. Eight of Pentacles. So the worker's card, the apprentice, the artisan. The Eight of Pentacles is all about focusing on the now, living in the moment, enjoying the work at hand, and not being overly concerned with the future of where it's going, and also not being conflicted about things you left behind in the past, which is exactly what this card is, though. It's the idea of somebody did something or said something and there's remorse or regret, or again, the idea of winning at all costs, but at the expense of what? Interesting energies. something about avoiding the heartbreak, avoiding the sadness, avoiding the sorrow. It's like diverting. It's like you're trying to go around the three swords, which is all about that grief and pain that maybe people are throwing at you. Again, absorbing people's negative emotions, their toxic energy. It's like sidelining it or taking a beeline from that. It's avoidance of the pain and grief and heartbreak. So that maybe you don't say something you regret later on, which is kind of contradicting what I said before, but I think with it being clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, yeah, focus on the work. I said this to another sign. You're there to work. So whatever that is, punch in, do the work, punch out. You're not there to socialize and make friends. You know, ideally, that's great when you like your, you know, your work family. But yes, something about this is like, if you try to associate with the group, if you try to immerse yourself in the group dynamics, there's something about it that, yeah, I mean, you have 2 5s. 5s are cards of imbalances, agents of chaos and change. If you want to stay there, I would not engage with those people because, yeah, there's some sort of like agenda or something that, again, morally, ethically, emotionally, you're not in alignment with. So this is like focus on the work, avoid the, I do want to say drama. The idea of swords can be like chattiness, bickering. Avoid the drama and something about stick to your decisions. The Two of Swords is about making a decision. So it may have to do with when you have this tower moment of what's going to bring more joy and emotions into this for you. I'm getting like stick to your guns. Even if you have to, something about turning a blind eye to what others are saying or doing. This is such a bizarre message, Pisces. Let me throw one more clarifier on it. I feel like I'm not giving you a clear message here because, to be honest, I'm not sure what we're getting at here with the Five of Swords. It is about diverting the negative emotions. And again, focus on the now, focus on the task at hand. I just heard head's gonna roll. What's that about? Maybe you're trying to prove people wrong, which is sort of what Scorpio had as well. The Four of Wands, a solid foundation. Well, that makes sense. I mean, you have the Tower come up for a reason, which is all about obliterating everything that is currently up and running so that you can completely start anew to build on a solid foundation. So yeah, it's like you have this Tower moment of completely restarting, starting anew, completely wiping the slate clean and going after in maybe a new direction. Focus on the work that is contributing to that solid foundation. And okay, I think this has to do with when people say stuff. I'm just getting the image of somebody saying something like really like passive aggressive to you, like in the hallway, just like, I don't know, something ridiculous like, well, Scorpio, it's a good thing that 3 months of work really worked out for you because you just like completely started from scratch. This is about, again, avoiding the bickering and the drama and like the bullshit chatty conversations people are having. Stick to your idea, stick to your sword of truth. And yeah, something about a blind eye of focus only on what's in front of you. Like ignore the group, ignore the party because they're trying to get you riled. They're trying to get a rise out of you. That's what this devil energy is. There's something really toxic about someone in your environment or in your workspace. It's like they're trying to get a rise out of you, and maybe it's sneaky tactics to, I don't know, to get you out the door, to make you look bad or push blame on you for something. There's a reason this Tower moment, I will say for you guys, it's an enlightening moment. Lightning, right? I mean, double entendre there, enlightening. There's a reason why this Tower moment, this aha, this light bulb turning on came through. And again, it has to do with being more satisfying to you emotionally, but it also has to do with like recognizing kind of the toxic behavior of this group that, again, I just think your values and morals and your ethics are not in alignment. Progress will be made if you stick to the task at hand. You may be working with fire signs or air signs who are particularly difficult energies. Scorpio, I'm sorry, you're a water sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. It doesn't have to be. But yeah, I mean, your natural pairing tends to be earth signs or other water signs. So if you do have to, grab lunch with a buddy at work, yeah, do it with people who you feel are emotionally in tune with you, Pisces, if that makes any sense. What is your guidance or advice? Ace of Swords, yeah. Sticking to your truth, sticking to that idea. And that's what we were saying here. It's like, avoid all the other unsolicited advice, drama, chatty, bickering, arguments, whatever. I'm just getting Two of Swords. It's like that decision that you have to make, or that I think you're going to make once this Tower moment hits. Again, your lightning bolt moment is this new thought. It's this new decision. It's this new idea of how you're going to take it. And I just see it as the sword of truth. The idea of channeling messages from a higher vibration, from above, from God, universe, whatever. There's purity, there's integrity, much like that well you're supposed to go back to, that like watery healing bath. This is all in metaphor, mind you, but there's something about it's pure, it's untainted. There's none of this toxic energy or aggression in what could be like your heart's desire. Maybe this well is symbolic of what's in your heart, or what you hold near and dear to you. This idea, this thought is also very pure. And I'm just getting, it's new, it's innovative, it's different. Again, the Tower moment is coming in to obliterate everything you know so that you can start from scratch, so that you can build anew with this new idea. And yet there's just something really content about this card. Like, look at this panda. He's just chilling. He's got his new idea. He knows where his project's going. He's emotionally invested in it, right? That's why he's happy. There's joy in this card. It's something about like you've left the chaos behind. I almost see it as like this bamboo that's all behind him. At one point in time, that was like a wall you couldn't bust through. Again, obstacles, barriers, chaos, conflict. It's like you've made it through to the other side because you've chomped it down. Now he's eaten it, right? There was like a clearing in this metaphoric wall or boundary that you just couldn't chip away at. You just couldn't break through. It's like eventually you do, and what you do it with, I mean, a sword, a weapon, right, to clear the brush, but in metaphor here, a thought, an idea, an innovative idea, something new, something pure, something that is in alignment with your heart and your inner truth. Good Lord, Pisces, this has been a tricky one. Clarify the Ace of Swords for Pisces. The Nine of Wands, yeah. Sagittarius have this as well. Weathering the storm. If there's ever a card that says weather the storm, it's this. And that's that metaphor of the bamboo being like a firm wall. This is sometimes the card of the wounded warrior, where you've been through the heartbreak or pain or difficulties so long emotionally, or even physically, but it's like you start building up your own wall, but it has to do with firm boundaries, so you're ready to defend yourself. And I think that's what this is. You've been in some sort of position where people are coming at you with hostility, and so it's almost like you're paranoid that you constantly have to be on guard. It's like prepare for battleships. Something about this new idea, it's going to liberate you. It's going to set you free from this warring, like rocky emotions, right? Something about protecting the purity of the emotions involved, emotional integrity. It's like the emotions are all over the place. It's rocky. It's a rough day at sea, to say the least. This new idea is going to allow you to rest. It's going to give you more clarity on the situation and clarity on the project or task at hand. And it's also going to help build your confidence and prove your strength to yourself. I'm getting more Frank Turner songs. The Next Storm, I think he has a song called The Next Storm. It's something about, I don't want to spend the whole of my life indoors. I'm going to step out and face the next storm. So yeah, taking risks, standing up for yourself, realizing that it hasn't been an easy road. It's been a struggle. There's been lots of struggle, but that's no reason to like shut yourself off from the world, to feel like you need to run and hide. It's about bravery. It's about standing up and again, standing in your truth, fighting for what you believe in. And yeah, it's like getting back out there and doing it again. Even when you have to completely start from scratch, start anew. This is a great learning opportunity, right? And with the Tower comes great healing, because afterwards is the star, right? The card of healing, the North Star guiding you, and also keeping bigger perspective, right? This is not the one and only opportunity you have at success. There's a whole sky full of stars, full of potential, full of possibility. All right, Pisces, that is what I got for you. Guys, bottom of your deck. There's the star. The lighthouse is guiding you. Something about the light, and these are different decks, mind you. Weathering the storm. The lighthouse is like your beacon. It's your light. It's calling you in this new direction. That again, you go from these rocky ocean waves to like this calm, peaceful healing. Symbolically, this well, it's not just a well of purity. It's like an ocean. It's like a vast landscape of your elements, of something that is going to be healing and nurturing, and you're just going to feel love around you is what I'm getting. And it has to do with whatever the project is, or the task, or the opportunity that you're striving towards. Keep following that little light, and that may have to do with like the light inside you, almost hermit mode. Listen to yourself. Listen to your own truths, your own beliefs. All right, well, that's what I got for you, Pisces. This message was crazy. Let me know in the comments below if it resonated for you. Please do like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, Pisces.